So in this video, we're going to make another little miniature food. This time I'm going to make a battenberg. So you're going to need a pale pink fondant, a palish yellow, and then a yellow that's a little bit brighter. So what I'm going to do is just knead my fondant, roll it a little bit. Now I'm just going to, if I don't lose it off the table, I'm just going to roll it. This one's a little bit dry as this pink. And I don't want it too thick or too thin. Now obviously the thickness is going to depend on the size of the battenberg that you want. So I'm going to leave it at that, and then I want to roll the pale thin one to the same thickness as that one. So just making sure it looks a similar thickness. And what I'm going to do now is half each of these. Now it's only roughly half, you'll see. It's not particularly neat at the moment, okay? So what we're going to do now is just put a really small amount of water on this edge here, and I'm going to push it against my pink. Now you'll see the slightly different lengths and sizes, so I'll cut that off at the end. Now what we're going to do this time is put a little bit of water, or you can use edible glue, that's fine, on the top, and taking your pink one, you're going to put it on top of your yellow so that it's still in line down the centre, and then your yellow one is going to go on top of the pink one that's underneath, like that. Okay, so I'm just going to cut off the end just so you can see what it's starting to look like. So we're starting to get that battenberg effect at the end, but now we want to make it a bit more square shape. So what I'm going to do is cut a bit off this side like so. I'm just going to check how square they are at the end, and I'm going to cut a bit off this side as well, and find the move around just a little bit while you're doing it. Okay, but you'll see I've got a basic square at the end for my battenberg. So what you want to do now is taking your brighter yellow, we're just going to roll this out, but we're going to roll it out nice and thin. So keeping it thin, and it wants to be big enough that we can wrap it all the way around the centre of the battenberg that we've just made. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is put a little bit of water on the bottom of my battenberg. I'm just going to place it in the centre, and I'm just going to put some water on either side. And I do apologise if the camera keeps going out of focus. I'm really hoping that it hasn't, but it does keep going out of focus, so I do apologise. And what you're going to do now is just wrap this all the way around. So I'll bring that one up. You might find it easier to move it on its side each time so that you know you've got flat edges. Okay, and then where it joins at this corner, I'm just going to trim it. Just make sure it's sealed on that edge there. And obviously it's not very neat at the ends at the moment, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it where I know that it goes part way up, and you'll see we start to get like the end of our battenberg. And just make sure you're keeping it a nice square shape as you're going along. And then what you want to do now is just start to cut it into little chunks, and again just make sure you keep it square. And it might be that you want to turn it each time, because you'll find that where you cut it, it kind of squashes it down just a little bit. Okay, so you've got lots of little pieces, and it might be that you want to keep a chunk of it uncut like that, so that it looks like the actual battenberg itself, with a couple of slices in front for you to put on a cake or a cupcake. They do make really nice little cupcake toppers to these. Okay, so that's it. That's all there is to making a little mini battenberg. I hope you enjoyed this video, and there are a few more miniature videos which I'll put the links to at the end of this video. Thanks for watching.
If you liked this video and would like to see more, please click on the images of the other videos suggested. Also, please do subscribe to my channel using the button at the bottom right hand corner of the screen. You can also visit my cake website and my Facebook page to see more cakes and ideas.